Have you ever felt like when a mate or someone close to you has reached out to you to talk, have you ever felt like that was a burden? They were being a burden to you?
Never. Yeah, I'm super thankful that they have. And I'm like, hey mate, thank you for telling me. Yeah,
I think that's,
they have. I can definitely tell because they say like, oh, sorry for telling me,
yeah.
or thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. Like, I really appreciate it. Someone, anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think there's like a responsibility on the person who's receiving that? So like in your case, people are coming to you and not offloading, but they're being vulnerable with you and kind of sharing with you how they're feeling. Like that's a hard thing for a lot of people to do, to
Correct.
come to someone
And I do struggle with it sometimes, especially if it's someone I love because
Yeah.
I care about them. And I'm like, oh man, such and such is feeling down. It's like, oh, that sucks. Poor guy.
Do you reckon it's important though for if we're the people that are receiving this information, is there a right way to respond? Is I guess what I'm asking. Because if someone came to me and kind of shared with me how they're feeling and they're going through a tough time and it's very personal sort of stuff, if I just sit there and go, oh yeah, cheers. Like that's probably not what they want to hear.
Exactly.
Like I feel like there's a responsibility on the person who's receiving that information to receive it in the right way and make that person know, I really appreciate it.
I find what helps is, so I listen first and then I ask if they want advice, or I listen and I try and compare it with my own stuff so they feel not alone and not weird straight away. So I'm like, oh man, dude, I have the same feeling. Like this happens to me as well. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, it's not just me then. So they don't feel lonely. And in terms of advice is a hard one because you never know what they're going through, like completely what they're going through. So I'm like, man, just like cheer up, you're an amazing dude. Like, get a good sleep tonight. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, don't let it win.
It's interesting that you actually asked them, do you want some advice, right? Because maybe maybe they're just looking to kind of offload. Yeah. They don't necessarily want advice.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good question to ask.
Yeah. Well, usually I wouldn't do it like this sort of setting. I'll say just go for a walk.
And I remember reading something, it was a few years ago, about how men in particular are far better at sharing this kind of stuff when we're not looking at each other.
Yes.
So they're talking about like in the car.
Yeah.
Dad's in the car with his son and they're having a conversation about something that's kind of heavy or a bit uncomfortable. Much easier to do it when we're both looking forward. We don't have to look at each other. Or like you said, going for a walk or a run. We don't have to sit here across the table, make eye contact and have a conversation about something that's a bit uncomfortable. It's a good strategy though. Hard to say, let's go for a walk, mate.